division.
Again and again and again, as the big man, let the big boy eat. Oh, he's got to wipe that face off, eating all them ribs.
The last time they were here, they got last. Was their evolution and a perfect season enough to survive the pros? Did they have a blueprint for a championship or just an expensive way to keep failing? If it were an expensive way to fail, JD Lukau was okay with the bill because he wasn't buying trophies. He was buying back the time life told him he didn't have.
So in 2010, I went through cancer and it got really bad for me. I was bedridden and I couldn't eat. I had a feed tube and chemo and radiation, everything. And I went to a really dark place.
He survived and came out with a different perspective. He realized he wanted to spend more time with his family. A couple years later, he would head out to the paintball field with his sons, and he saw a way to take back the time cancer tried to steal. They first played as the Apex Predators, but as the team got more serious, the local fields weren't enough. JD was no newcomer to paintball, so he did the only thing that made sense: build his own field of dreams. They weren't just building a place to play, they were laying the literal foundations for Paintball Fit. FIT stands for Family Integrated Team, and it starts with the Lukaus. JD the father, Sarah the mother, and their 3 sons, Colt, Brody, and Johnny. The precision of their game wasn't born in a playbook, it was born in the manual labor of building the field itself. And because they owned it, it meant they could spend more time on the field than anyone else. Playing as Paintball Fit, they stormed through the divisional ranks. In Division 4, they played 3 of the 4 tournaments and won all 3. The next year in Division 3, they won 4 of 5.
Right by the other guy, still spins around and gives it to him. Is he hungry yet? Is it dinner time yet?
Can you, Cal, give us a 6 Ellie. Give us a 6 Ellie. Come on, Cal.
Is it time yet?
Oh, there it is. Let the big man eat.
Coming off their 3rd place overall finish in 2020, the team was offered a shortcut that would eventually backfire. Skip a division and head straight to pro to fill out the AC Dallas roster. They finished dead last with 117 points and were kicked out of pro. The following year, they dropped the AC Dallas name and played in semi-pro under Paintball Fit. By the 2022 World Cup, only one match against Austin Notorious stood between them and the series title. And more importantly, promotion back into the pro division. Going into the final, Fit had a lead in the series over Austin Notorious, 289 to their 282. But before Cup started, Blast Camp were actually in 1st place. But they managed a 10th place and took 4th in the series. That meant that if Fit finished in 1st place, they would take the title and get promoted into pro. If Austin Notorious won, they would get promoted, and only by a single point. And when that final horn sounded, the series title was set. 481 to 482. Notorious were World Cup winners and paintball's newest pro team, by only a single point. Coming off the loss in 2023, Fit recalibrated and started a run like the sport has never seen. They beat Blast Camp in the finals at every single event, sweeping the entire semi-pro division and taking 1st place every time. That perfect season finally got them an invite back into the pro division.
Great job, Colt Lukau and all the boys.
Oh, he's counting to 5. You see him? He said 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Like I said, I've been here for a long time. It's my 29th year at World Cup and been calling games for 2 decades, and I can't remember the last time a team was this dominant in a division.
While winning every tournament is extremely impressive, the fact that they had to go through the same rival in every single final is truly crazy. But playing at this new higher level comes at a cost, and winning even more. But unlike most pro teams, they weren't getting their funding from some outside mysterious rich guy. Every dollar earned from their field and their brand Hydra was fueled back into the team. JD wasn't looking for traditional ROI. The ROI was memory, so they started shooting 100 cases a weekend. $5,000 practices were becoming their norm. Since they weren't going to be buying players and didn't want to get embarrassed in the pro division, they resorted to something a little bit unorthodox, playing 5-on-7s. Against the extra bodies, the lanes closed and the field became a wall of paint. This forced the guys to hunt for those 1% gaps, the tiny fraction of a second where someone's reloading or a barrel dips. They were training their brains to process information at a higher pace than the rest of the league, so by the time the finals roll around on Sunday, Playing against 5 guys would feel like slow motion. In all pro sports, winning has a price tag, but most teams are spending their money on the wrong things. The top level is dominated by the mercenary model. High-budget super teams flying in legends from different time zones. Their cost per point is just astronomical, while those elite teams like Impact gather for a few weekends of practice, fit are at the field 3 times longer. They live only minutes from their private field, and they took every dollar those mercenary teams spent on flights and funneled it directly into the team. And this is where some of the fans started calling them robots. But not because they were stiff, because they were too smooth. In pro paintball, the breakout is the most critical part of the game. It's where matches are won and lost. But this is where Paintball Fit dominated. 3 seconds after the buzzer and 2 of your guys were already walking off the field. Every move is crisp, every shot purposeful. They were the modern successors of Dynasty's homegrown roster and Red Legion's clinical discipline. They were too consistent to be lucky. By 2024, the World Cup final was a collision of 2 different ideologies. Paintball Fit on one side, the other, Edmonton Impact, the New York Yankees of paintball, bought and paid to do one thing: win. With 70 seconds left in regulation, Fit are staring down a 0-2 deficit. In pro paintball against a roster like Impact, 70 seconds is a death sentence. Most teams in the position fall into a desperation trap. They just go wild and blindly run into guns. 99% of the time, it's a blowout. Instead of a frantic scramble, Fit shifted into a hyper-coordinated breakout. This is where those thousands of cases of paint in those 5-on-8 drills pay off. They didn't think. They just executed a program they'd already run thousands of times before.
Now, they did lose Chavez, but they do get Colt past the 50-yard line, and here comes Mason. Mason's hunting as another body drops for Edmonton Impact. Impact trying to hold the line. Mason gets chopped to pieces, and here comes Colt. Got to be careful not to get a penalty.
That's a penalty on back center. That's major.
Urena hits him.
Oh.
No penalty assessed, though, but the bodies are dropping. There's only nobody left alive, and Stewart's going to cut through the middle with 36 seconds left. He's going to put a point on the board to give PB Fit a chance.
Give PB Fit a chance, and he is clean.
They score once, and with the entire season on the line.
Oh, got to be careful not to get a penalty there, as Stewart is going to have enough time with just 3 seconds left as he hits that buzzer and the crowd explodes, and we're going to have a tie game. It's going to be 2-2 heading into overtime.
That's 2 majors Impact's gotten away with at the end of this game.
Fit dominated the overtime, getting into front positions and making it a 4-on-2. But that real statement came when Cyrus Gehringer dunked on Nick Laval. 3 years ago, Fit were the worst team in pro paintball. Now they just beat a lineup of veteran superstars in the finals at World Cup. It's a loud and clear signal to the rest of the league. The hired gun is no longer the top dog. Fit closed out that point with 4 bodies alive. And it had been 23 years since a homegrown roster had paintball's biggest prize. No asterisk, no controversial call, just a 70-second miracle created by a machine that refused to break. Winning World Cup didn't mean the journey was over. It meant the bill for all that hard work was finally gonna come due. By the start of 2025, the Texas machine was humming. They had won World Cup and a system that had finally felt like it achieved its goal. For the first time in years, Fit weren't trying to keep up. They felt untouchable. In the offseason, every team studied the Fit blueprint, trying to find a fault. But as it turned out, that fault came from inside the house. When you're going 100% for years, playing 3 times more than anybody else, and shooting 100 cases of paint at practice, something is bound to go wrong. And on the eve of the 2025 Tampa Bay season opener,
Что-то случилось с ним. Что случилось? Что-то ногу сломал, что ли?
that physical toll of practice had finally caught up with Colt Lukow's knee. The MRI confirmed the worst: ACL and meniscus tear. He went from leading on the field to leaning on crutches in the pits. So the question about 2025 wasn't about winning. It was about whether Fit could survive without their field general. It was a stress test to find out if that system was strong enough to survive without the man who helped build it. That evening in Tampa, the narrative was written. Without Colt, Fit are cooked. Across the field stood San Diego Dynasty. They're no mercenary team. They're the original blueprint. In every way, they are the highest standard in paintball. For over 20 years, they've been the benchmark. The team that proved that a core group of friends built on chemistry and feel could beat everyone. Beating them wasn't about proving Dynasty wrong. It was about proving that their way of doing things was still the right way.
And then now you go against Dynasty, and it's one of those things that it's not like personal against them, but it's personal in our own legacy. Right now we're going into this, and it's keep proving people wrong, right? It's all those podcasts, all those comments, even back to our semi-pro year that we first coming into pro last year, right? Like all that stuff that's been said, will be said, or anything of that nature, it's still ringing into our guys. We're still feeling like we have to prove people wrong. We're not satisfied at all. So it's very personal in our own goals that we got to prove people wrong and prove ourselves right, prove that the hard work is going to prevail, and go out there and show the world.
For the first half of the match, it was a battle, tied 3-3. But as the 7th point began, Fit shifted into a new gear. It started off the break. Suddenly, Dynasty couldn't keep 5 bodies alive. And with the man advantage, Fit applied a suffocating pressure. In the pro ranks, there's a hierarchy of how you get shot. Getting shot while you're moving, it happens. But getting shot out of your bunker? That's a failure. It means you lost a gunfight. It means you were in your bunker protected and you still got shot. Fit would spend the next 3 minutes systematically picking off Dynasty players. It proved that that machine isn't a lack of emotion, it's Borg synchronization. They rode that momentum through the season, taking 2 at the first 4 events. By the time World Cup rolled around, Colt Luca was back on the field, leading them to the finals. They'd end up taking 2nd place to Tampa Bay Damage, but it was more than enough to secure their series title and the #1 world ranking. In just 4 years, this group went from relegated nobodies to undisputed kings of the sport. The system didn't just survive the man, it vindicated him.
Unbelievable. By Paintball Fit. They are the new team to beat here in professional paintball, and what an inspiring story. If you're out there and you're wondering, can we do it? You can do it. You can do it. They have no paid superstars, homegrown talent, dedication, effort. Unbelievable. Paintball Fit here, champion.
Looking back at the numbers now, they don't really tell the story. It was never about the balance in a bank account. It was about those minutes. To JD, those skids of paint weren't a business expense. They were the price he paid to build memories with his sons and the brothers they picked up along the way. It turns out it wasn't an expensive way to keep failing. Their 2024 World Cup win and that 2025 series title are proof. It still was and still is a blueprint for a championship.
So I played the first year with Vision in pro when I was like 14. Vision is playing at the same place as the Tontons. The Tonton saw me for the full year. We were getting relegated with Vision because we just had a bad year. Frank Moran asked me to join the team, so that's how I got into the Tontons.
Physically, he was able to make things that no one were able to make. He's scrolling on the floor as fast as I am running on the side with him, He has a good shot, he's a good gunfighter, and he loves the gunfight as well.
I was young, the guys were older than me, and they all took me under their wings as mentor.
I played so many games and in so many different teams with Axel that, it's like my best partner on the field. And I'm very proud of the player he became, and not just into the field, outside the field, he's like the best teammate that you want to have in the team,
I think that what makes the Tonton who they are is mostly due to the people that are running the team. The captain we had in the team back in the day was Frank Moran. Now we have Fabrice Colombo leading the team. We just have these special people leading the team to greatness.
For me, I was living in the ghetto in south of France, and I was not making sport at all. And when I met Frank, and he taught me playing paintball, it's put me out of this ghetto. And I start to have the dedication of, that I was eager to play and to come back. I was just finishing the practice that I was already thinking when I was going to play again. It gave me this passion, and all my life been built around the paintball. I follow this and I practiced a lot. I make like a lot of drill, and less than 1 year, I've been picked up by the Tonton. So I started playing with the Tonton in 2003. This label, the Tonton label, continue to be strong through the years because it's a lot of passionate people on different generations, but we still staying like as a group, as a family. And the family become bigger and bigger and bigger each year.
I'm Laurent Amé. I'm the founder of the Tonton Flanger, a journey we started in February 1992.
Laurent, I think, had the good vision to replace the players and make sure there's always a new generation for the next era of paintball. I mean, at some point that was us, then there was Tavares. And when you're the captain, you want to make sure the team is going to last. So even if you're retired, you find somebody that's going to handle the team and that's going to be good.
In 2010, Frank and some of the players left the team. So I became the new manager and captain of the team.
The team that has been rebuilt under Fabrice and Axel, they are right now on an incredible record.
Since 2012, we had like a very, very great adventure and a lot of podium. We've been in Europe, we won. We've been in Malaysia, we won. We already won the European Championships like 3 times in a row. We want to win something that we never won yet.
Despite all this success, we never succeeded to win an American event.
I think that's what we all dream about. Winning the whole series in US, just winning the best thing.
I have a lot of confidence in the new players. Of course, it's like a huge responsibility for them to be the future of Tonton and continue the legacy of best French team and maybe best European team.
There's not many outside factors in paintball that will block you from winning a tournament. It's all about you, how you execute, how you get ready, how you work towards your goal. And that's why we're competing. We both want the same thing. So it's all about who will be the best. I think that's why we play this game. Just to show the other guy, the other team, is it you or is it me the best? Let's see, let's figure it out, and you have a game.
Run through the bracket of death.
Of all the top teams at the first event, Tampa Bay Damage will be the odds-on favorite to win, as they swept through the World Cup last year undefeated, and they have made no changes to the roster this season. Their talent and leadership is top tier, and they are bringing 12 bodies to the event, so they will have depth. Their snake side is the best in the league with both Alex Goldman and Keith Brown, and their backline is also elite with Marcelo Margot and World Cup MVP Jason Edwards. Damage has no holes in their line across the field, and they could go on a run in 2026. Superstar squad Edmonton Impact will be a threat to win every event they play this year, as their roster is full of all-stars. But they are starting the season with injuries to Brandon Cornell, Justin Cornell, and Tyler Panelio. Good news for Impact is that even with the injuries, they still have massive depth in every position, and they should be able to quickly get into the form that saw them win the 4th event in 2025. With the deadly new pickups of LJ Parrish, Chad George, and Connor Kelly, Impact continues to have arguably the deepest roster in Major League Paintball. Seattle Uprising is a team with a long tenure at the professional level, as they have been in the league for a decade, but they've recently been on a run of improvement, earning the respect of the top teams, making Sundays, and they finally hit their first podium appearance with a third-place finish in Texas last year. Rising star Alec Holland will be missing the first event, so they will need the rest of their veteran core, comprised of Graham Arnold, Alexander Borromeo, Joel Eaton, Austin Woodward, and the aggressively creative savage known as Nate Schrader, as well as the Snake One rookie Jonah Rodriguez, to all bring their best game for them to have a chance to win in Tampa. Former world champ San Antonio X Factor entered the Major League Paintball season as a top-ranked team, well overdue for a win. Since their last victory in 2019, they have finished second 7 times. But make no mistake, it would surprise absolutely no one if they took the victory in Tampa, because the lineup is a who's who of the best players ever to come out of the great state of Texas, with Colt Roberts, Matt Jackson, Miner Ninos, Cody Bayless, and TJ Danner. Add in Billy Bernaccia, Tom Guest, and Silos Cortez, and you have an incredibly tough lineup for any team to beat. Archie Montemayor will not be at the first event, but they have more than enough firepower and experience to take the victory. The name has changed slightly, but the player and leadership core of Tonton's arsenal still makes them one of the most potent squads in Major League Paintball. The aggressive combo of Hugo Verhege and Axel Godin is one of the most consistent snake duos on any roster. Thomas Spitzma is a smart yet relentless attacker up the middle. Veteran Fabrice Colombo is a master out of the backfield. And the new addition from Arsenal, Benny Carroll, has a fluid style and creative attacks on the D side. Looks like the Tontons will be running a very small roster in Tampa, but the 5 starters will have another shot to go deep on Sunday. PB Fit heads into the 2026 season with the giant goal: win every event and defend their series title. They broke the mold in a relentless rise by building up local Texas talent and taking only those players who lived close and wanted to train multiple days every week. Their determination has built a versatile roster that excels at both offense and defense, with god-tier gunfighting ability and lethal off-the-break control. Core starter Trenton Mason will not be at the first event, but Colt Lukow is back at 100%, and if teams can't stop Scott Stewart in the Snake and John Chavez on the D side, it will reign supreme yet again. Red Legion is one of the most aggressive squads in Major League Paintball by far, and one of the longest-running teams in the game. Their hyper-aggressive game plans are hard to predict, and they found success the past few seasons, winning 3 events and a series title the past 2 years. Sergei Sonaiskov, Kirill Peridny, Pavel Karslev, Justin Rabakov, and Alexander Burtnikov will be the core starters, and they could be in any bunker at any time. And the pickup of Corey Hall will give them veteran experience and more depth in the backfield. Most likely, Red Legion will be hunting for another win on...
Welcome to the most important day of the first event of the year here at the 2026 Tampa Bay Open. It is Sunday. We are in the wild card round. Top 10 teams from the professional division have advanced, and here is your schedule. It's going to be Uprising taking on Tampa Bay Damage first, along with San Diego Dynasty and Tonton's Arsenal. So interesting matchups, and some of our legendary veteran squads out here having to scrap it out, try to win 4 games in a row if they want to win this tournament. And then after that, already get the bye into the quarters. It's going to be Impact and Infamous and X Factor and the Hurricanes playing. Can't wait to get after this today here and see who's going to take the early win to start out the season. I'm Matty Marshall with Todd Martinez jumping into point number 1. Tampa Bay Damage on the blue side and Uprising on the red side.
Here we go, Matty. Like they always say,
Doesn't matter how you get here, as long as you get here. Everybody's got a chance to win this event today. Uprising playing some good paintball. Damage barely squeaking it in, but they are here and they are dangerous. Let's see what kind of adjustments both these teams made today. Doesn't look like anybody drops off the break, but Uprising quickly attacking the Snake 50 on the break.
Yeah, Tampa Bay Damage squeaking in, but we've seen this before. Sometimes you go 2-2, barely make it in, that 10th seed. Sometimes that team wins the tournament if it's one of the initial favorites. They are defending World Cup champs, and it looks like Uprising going to be the first to drop a body.
Damage knows they shot somebody, but they're still trying to figure out where exactly it came from. Damage had a little bit of issue yesterday with communication, or I guess maybe not communication, but actually knowing where the bodies were, keeping track of the bodies on the field. Heard a lot of these conversations yesterday, but you know, it is a big field when you look at it. Sometimes it's hard to see bodies come off.
Todd making a move up into D4 as Alex Goldman gets into Snake 2. Jacob Edwards is inside with his gun towards that Dorito side, try to keep him from moving up. Jason Edwards behind Mouse, and Marcelo Margot still in the back center. They're going to release on the D side, getting Chris Shear up into D3.
Chris Shear and Jacob Edwards both looking that way. Jason with the high gun, shooting down towards the Snake side at the Snake 50. That is Woodward here in the 50 Snake for Uprising. Alex Borromeo is going to fill back to the back center from the Dorito 1.
Sure, everyone in Uprising's pits right now is thinking, hey, somebody win a gunfight. Let's even up this count here in point number 1. And a nice big fill outside wide for Uprising. Back corner bunker on the Snake side.
Yeah, Graham Arnold is in the Dorito wedge, and it looks like Joel Eaton is in the Dorito 4. So I imagine that was Nate Schrader who walked off the field for Uprising.
Yeah, it's great that early offense here, getting Woodward very quickly into the clover.
Yep, just working that inside over towards Chris Shear's direction. Jacob Edwards staying in that center can, living behind his gun. Things can get tight in there, but you do have a lot of options to get out.
Yeah, and this is triple stack of bodies across the field here for Uprising with an offensive look. Kind of slowing Damage down a little bit here, but Marcelo with a nice fill out of that back center gets into Dorito 1. He's going to go out towards that Dorito side to help Shear.
And they know that Alex Goldman is a threat over here on the Snake side. Alex just biding his time, sitting in Snake 2, looking around, Damage with the body advantage. Woodward trying to wrap around more on the inside, but he is blocked off from Jacob Edwards in that can by the big brick. And Marcelo bailing out of that back center into the Dorito 1. Doesn't really give him a whole lot to shoot at from that spot, other than Chris Shear, who hasn't really looked at him over there on that Dorito side.
Woodward here on your screen, looking towards the D side. Only 5 pods to work with here with that rule change. So Mouse hasn't shot his gun much, as he still has 4 pods left to go. At a certain point, he might have to start tossing pods to Jake, who's at that can. He's had to gunfight a little bit more to try to keep them from moving up on the D side. Mouse poking around here, trying to get in a snapshot battle with Woodward, but Woodward's not giving him much. Woodward just looking inside. Very tactical battle here. Edwards gonna move up into the brick. Jacob Edwards is gonna load his last pod. His brother also shooting towards that D side. He's down to his last one on his back. And then Mouse still loaded up with 4.
Smart move there by Jacob to check off, wrap all the way around and check off Arnold before moving. Arnold was looking in that direction through the center zone. Jacob put a ball in, made him tuck in, then gets over here to the big brick to help Mouse.
Yeah, great comments from everyone right now here. Trying to make sure they have the count right and the positions right. That needs to be a constant flow of communication, because these guys are moving to different positions. Never know when somebody slipped into another spot. So awesome. We're going to pop the top, try to catch Jacob Edwards.
Now ripping the lane. They're going to put a little bit of pressure here on Woodward. Woodward calm, though, in this crucial clover bunker. 50-yard line snake.
Mouse really could come get Woodward. And whenever he wants. He can crawl straight to that 50 on the other side. Nobody can stop him. Seems like the inevitable move here. Chris Shear looking in the sun as it rises over the pro field here in Tampa this morning. Kind of hard to see this way right now. But playing down the wire, keeping Borromeo honest.
Yeah, the sun's low enough still that Mouse and Jake don't have to worry about the glare, but for Chris Shear looking here towards Woodward, definitely looking into the sun. Graham Arnold has been at the wedge pretty much the whole match. Uprising down a body with Eaton on that D side. Graham Arnold at the wedge. Austin Woodward here in the snake clover and trying to get the crossfield shot here. Jacob Edwards trying to call his kill on D4, and referee not jumping in there, so I think he missed him. Eaton trying to engage, though.
Chris Shear now in D4. Jason Edwards. He's going to cut back to the snake insert. Woodward looking down the wire now. Seeing if anything's doing over here. Down that body, it's just a matter of numbers over here on the snake side. Mouse come get Woodward. And they're still going to have two bodies over here on the snake side, too. One from Uprising with Borromeo, who's deep in the corner.
Well, they've spent 7 minutes out here as Austin Woodward now on the outside of the 50-yard line clover here, snake side. Jacob Edwards just touched his back on his harness, realizing, oh man, I'm out of paint. Should ask Mouse to throw him a pod. But they got to worry about Woodward. Woodward's going to wrap around, and Woodward is going to get shot on that engagement. So now a two-body advantage here for Damage.
Yeah, Jason Edwards relocated. Not sure if Woodward knew where he was, but now Jason's going to come to the center can, cut over to the wedge. Borromeo and snake 2.
Yeah, Borromeo into the snake here. So they still, Uprising still with a crossfield spread, but a two-body advantage right now for Tampa Bay. As Chris Shear's thinking about crawling up that 50-yard line. Here comes Alexander Borromeo, and he's going to crawl up into snake 3. Damage being careful to try to run in through these crossed-up guns. Graham Arnold's going to chuck off on the D side here from the wedge. Eaton trying to roll his gun down the sideline, and they're going to get the shot in on Chris Shear, and that was Graham Arnold from the inside, but then that forced Joel Eaton to try to make a move, and then he gets chopped up. So now it's a 3 on 2. Yeah, 3 on 2, and they know the count. Damage just still a 32. So still back corner bunker for Damage with Margot. So tactical advantage and numerical superiority slightly for Tampa Bay. And with how long this point has gone here, Todd, when you're not getting many points, each one becomes more important because you get like, we're going to play 6 more points. Who cares? Oh, but he gets the shot in on Graham Arnold. At least just one body. That's going to force a concession. So after a long, drawn-out affair here in this first one, it's going to be Tampa Bay Damage 1 and Uprising 0.
Yeah, that slow game out here. Tampa Bay Damage plays that game really well. That first body made a difference. But Woodward waited and waited and waited. Finally tried to fight Jason Edwards. And
now San Diego Dynasty and the Tontons, the classic battle going back over 2 decades with new players on these teams. For this season, Mike Urena was on one for San Diego Dynasty. Really helped him get him to this Sunday appearance. Looks like they're going to go with ABJ. Yosh Rao had a career year last year and keeps it going here in 2026. Arturo switching it up to the D side this event. Tonton's going to double up that back center. Looks like Dynasty does too. Here comes Axelgod in quickly into the snake, but the Tonton's going to be dropping a Fozy. So it's a one-body advantage right now for the boys in blue as ABJ launches to get into snake 2.
O'Mara quickly fills behind him into the snake temple. Hugo going around the snake corner on the break into the snake, and now in snake 3 with Axel in the big brick next to him. Colombo in the back center. Looking D side. Giger going to retreat from the wall to the Dorito 1. Dynasty went D2 on the break.
Colombo trying to put a shot there towards that D2 position. And looks like Giger is going to take the walk here for the Tonton. So it's going to be a 5-on-3 moment for Dynasty in point 1. This point could go a lot quicker than that last set.
Yeah, well, Axel looking that Dorito side. Along with Colombo, see if he can help Colombo maybe get out there. Looking like he wants to fill. But Hugo's over here playing against O'Mara in the corner and ABJ in snake 2.
Dynasty needs to be careful on this close. They have extra bodies to work with, though. They can get close enough to start running bodies down.
Urina's in the big brick. Keeping an eye on that 50 snake.
ABJ is going to crawl up from snake 1 into snake 2. He's got O'Mara behind him. O'Mara is head checks away from a ball. ABJ getting checked out by the ref, and he's clean. Tonton's also, Colombo got bounced in the back center.
Dynasty definitely not rushing it. Still sitting in Dorito 2. 2 guns on him. The advantage definitely over here on the snake side.
Hugo in snake 3. He's got his partner, Axel Godin, right next to him, the blue beanie bandits. And they are trying to push the issue here in their bunkers. We're trying to get Dynasty to gunfight them, but Dynasty playing tight. Maybe hoping for a concession in this 5-on-3. I don't think we're going to see it yet. I think Pascal's going to give his boys some time to work with. Colombo gets out of that back center. That death of Giger. And Alfosi needs to have some sort of real estate on that Dorito side. He wants to make the move. He's thinking about it. We're looking at the snake battle going down right now. Their top right-hand portion of your screen. Colombo in D1. Would like to get across. But he's going to stay there and actually look here towards the snake side.
Couple slow points already this morning. Hopefully this isn't what the whole day is like.
Yeah, we got some barn burners yesterday afternoon.
Yeah.
18-point games.
I love it. That's what I want to see. That's what the people demand. O'Mara now getting in the snake with ABJ.
Arturo Andrade wrapped around from D3, put in Axel. Axel had to check back in, almost got shot. And Arturo was able to get across into that D4 position. So looking a little bit better here for Dynasty on the D side, has a little bit more ground, but here comes Colombo to answer, and he's going to lock in a gunfight here with Artie. Artie's going to give up that sideline, though. No reason for Arturo to get in a 50-50 snapshot battle with Colombo down the sideline.
Referee coming in, checking ABJ again. ABJ could really come down this side whenever he wants. I'm going to beat this drum all day today, Matty. Hope you're ready for it. The opportunity is there.
Bass drum, snare drum, what type of drum are we talking about?
Like one of those little tiny ones, like with the monkey, you know what I mean?
Hugo, out of pods on his back. Axel Godin down to his last one. Looks like O'Mara shot through his pack as well, too.
Yosh Rao filled out to that Dorito wall, looking to help Arturo get down the field. I mean, if ABJ just crawls 2 more spots, put the pressure on these guys, Arturo will be able to go wherever he wants.
Yeah, ABJ has been posted up in snake 2. I'm not sure if that was the play call or if he's just being extra careful to make sure they don't blow this high body situation. Axel Godin going to transition over to the can.
And Colombo's going to get shot. Axel's going to get shot, trying to fill backwards.
Here comes the close from Dynasty, as it's just Hugo and the Snake, and Mikey Urena just absolutely punishes Hugo. Shoots him about 6 times in the back and then stands over him. The bully strikes again. Hugo's going to have to go in the pits and get cleaned up now.
Let my gun talk for me. All right, here we go. Uprising.
That last one was close here as we're watching the replay here. Well, not this last point for Dynasty. They went up bodies early, but the point between Uprising and Damage was a 4-on-5 game for about 7 minutes.
Not the way Hugo wanted to start his morning.
No, got 6 or 7 extra welts on his back now. 6:20 left here in this wild card match.
Oh, I think Nate might have got shot on the break. Nope, he makes it in clean. Nate Schrader in Snake 2, but they do shoot 2 damage bodies off the break. Marcelo makes a fill. Keith Brown's in the 50 Clover over here on the Snake side. Marcelo fills behind him. Woodward filling behind Schrader.
But Keith Brown in the Snake here for Tampa Bay, so that's going to be the thorn in Uprising's side is Nate Schrader. Oh, man, he said, hey, let's go, and he pops the top and ends up getting shot out. He's very frustrated with himself right now. So Uprising 4-on-3 here, still with the 1-bite advantage. They got 2 bodies on the D side. Woodward's going to dive into the Snake after the death of Schrader. And also with a nice play call, as they have a body up in the mini wall early here for Uprising, but they only have Austin Woodward here on the Snake side, so he's going to have to be very careful.
Yeah, 3 bodies on the Dorito side for Uprising, the mini wall, both walls, and the Dorito 3. So they definitely have the numerical advantage over there on the Dorito side. But Keith Brown is in the 50 Snake. Looks like Borromeo is going to crawl back from the wall to the wedge and try and gunfight Keith Brown.
Keith Brown still with some pain on his back. Gunfighting. Multiple bodies over on that D side. Uprising has moved back from the mini wall at the 50-yard line back to the wedge.
Yep, here comes Marcelo getting in the Snake 2 to protect Keith down the wire. That is where you want to be. We've seen before, you can just zip across the gap from the Dorito 4 to the 50 Dorito. Keith Brown is looking that way, but Chris Shear making his way up the Dorito side into Dorito 3. Graham Arnold's filling over here, back to the back center to try and help out Woodward.
Down to 4:14 left to go. Massive moment for Uprising. They had a 5-on-3, lose 1, now a 4-on-3. But time taken off this clock, down by 1. Todd, must win point right now for Uprising. I mean, the way this is going, we could go into overtime with it like this, 1-1, if Uprising could score this one. Really depends on how quick the next kill goes, because if Uprising can get a kill here on one of the boys from Tampa Bay, going to a 4-on-2, should be able to close it out relatively quickly.
Yeah, I mean, what's Uprising going to choose to do here? You know, if they come to get Keith Brown, they're going to run into Marcelo's gun. Keith Brown's holding that gap across the field for the Dorito side. Is Eaton going to take that risk and jump across to put the pressure on Chris Shear and Marcelo? And just not where you want to lose bodies. After being up 5-on-3, they give the 2 bodies right back.
Yeah, Borromeo coming off.
Oh, but
that evens up the count here. But they shoot out Keith Brown, so Woodward, nice kill here on Keith Brown. Now back to a high body situation. Chris Shear scrambling. He gets to the Clover on the D side, and then he gets taken out down the sideline.
Just Marcelo left alive now, but Woodward's gun is not working. Graham Arnold shoots out Marcelo.
Interesting close on that one here, Todd, because it was going back and forth. First, it was a 5-on-3 with a terrible break for damage. Uprising squanders those bodies, but then a couple quick kills the difference maker, and it got a tie game with 2:40 to go.
I think it was Graham Arnold, but whoever shot Keith Brown just saved that point for Uprising.
In the pits right now with Uprising.
Everybody spin it. Yeah, we're good. Same line. Right here. Good shit. Snake corner, G off the break, then D corner. Yeah.
And then it was a late field that we shot from that way.
Dusty in there with the support as well too. See him suited up for the 3-man. Here we go, Dynasty. Gonna be on the blue side here as we start out point number 2, and they're gonna put Harrison Fry in this time, but they're gonna be losing Arturo Andrade, and it looks like the Tauntauns are gonna be dropping a body as well too. Actually, Tauntaun's dropping 2 bodies, one from the D side and one with Giger. So it's a 4-on-3 situation as Arena has released up into the brick.
And there goes Urena all the way to the Dorito corner. O'Mara in the brick, Fry in the snake. And I guess all the way to the 50. There goes Urena, full send.
Barrett's gonna get to the back corner bunker to back him up as Harrison Fry into the snake. In a snapshot battle here with Hugo.
What a move by Urena.
Hugo puts Harrison in and moves up into snake 3. Urena, yeah, all the way, big bite. 50-yard line clover, D side.
Colombo's now going to deal with him. Now he's going to switch heads up, play down the snake wire. O'Mara and Fry working on the snake side.
Another kill here for Dynasty, and it's going to be Alfozi, and he's going to die from D1. And then getting pinched out of the back corner bunker snake side is Fabrice Colombo. Dynasty looking good here to put up their second point. And they are going to save the pain this time for Hugo, as it got rough for him in snake as he was facing multiple bodies. Dynasty stacking a couple up here, Todd, to start things out in this wild card battle.
Yeah, Dynasty looking good, winning the break so far. Communicating a lot better than they did yesterday. Still playing a little slow, but no need to rush when you're in control. You only got to win by 1. Don't need to start stacking points. The rules have changed for Sunday.
Yo, Arturo, you good? Arturo,
1-1 game here. Uprising damage. 2 really long points with 2:40 on the clock. Is this going to be the last point we see?
There's a really good chance if we get a 5-on-5 break that we're going to see an overtime point. Oh, looks like first strike is going to be Uprising as they shoot out Chris Shear from the D side. So it's a 5-on-4 situation. No, they drop a body as well too. 4-on-4, and another body coming off. Eaton taking the walk here for Uprising. So it's a 3-on-4 here in favor of Tampa Bay. Let's see if they can count the bodies here quickly, as again only 2:15 to work with.
Still on the attack, Borromeo goes to the Dorito wall. Graham Arnold comes around to the big brick. Uprising still on the attack. Marcelo filled out to the Dorito side corner. Jacob Edwards going to fill to the Dorito 1. So all along the back line, Tampa Bay damage with Mouse, Jason, Jacob, and Marcelo. Borromeo, Arnold, and Woodward here for Uprising. 141. I think we're going to get a big finish here, Matty.
Very possible, Todd. Uprising's looking for it. Tampa Bay, more defensive posture for them. Uprising. But here comes Marcelo Margot with a big move all the way into D3. Did he make it clean?
Looks like he did.
Yeah, he did. Makes it clean. Nice move by Margot. And with that extra body, Margot, outside containment on the D side, as we're right around the minute mark here, could be the difference maker.
Woodward trying to make it happen for Uprising. He picked this gunfight in point one with Jason Edwards. Let's see if he does it again. Either way, they're going to figure out where he is. 51 seconds on the clock.
No one in the snake here for Woodward to worry about, so he's going to wrap around, really put the pinch here. He's got to be careful as Mouse is going to come out, not get the shot here on Woodward. Woodward is going to be looking to try to pinch out Jacob Edwards. Cross the field is just 35 seconds left to go. Marcelo Margot launches. He gets into D4. He's thinking about moving to the clover at the 50-yard line. Graham Arnold pumping paint towards his way to keep him from having any more forward progression, but it looks like Marcelo's going to wrap around and get the shot here on Graham Arnold with 20 seconds left to go.
2 bodies left alive for Uprising. 17 seconds on the clock. Here comes Jason Edwards. Marcelo on the move.
I think Marcelo's going to be stealing this one here at the last 10 seconds. He's going to have enough time, but Marcelo Margot getting that outside containment with a nice couple moves was the difference maker here in this point. Couple clutch kills early gave them the advantage. They did not squander it, so Uprising, hey, they made Sunday without one of their best players. They didn't have Alec Holland here at this event, so that's a real good start to the season. But Tampa Bay Damage, they lost their first 2 games in the prelims, barely squeaked in, but they are defeating Uprising, and they will move on to play PB Fit here in the quarters. In our very first 2-1 game of the tournament.
All day, Marcelo. All day. You guys did the first call. It was 43.
Yeah, clutch performance from Mr. Clutch, Marcelo Margot. That is, what, 3rd consecutive Defensive Player of the Year award this year. It's just become just like clockwork for him out there. So jumping back here, a lot more time left in this one. Dynasty, Tontons, if you're just joining us, thank you so much. This is going to be a fun day of paintball here in Tampa Bay, Florida. Tonton, some work to do. They drop a body early.
Hugo taking a bounce going out to the snake corner, but he's alive. Ends up making it in. Axel going to fill in behind him. Giger into the Dorito wall. Dynasty making a move into the Dorito wedge. Going to crawl to the 50 wall. Dynasty still in the Dorito wall. Both Dorito walls. Omar over here in Snake 2. Yosh Rao behind him. 2-0 lead with 7 minutes.
Hugo going to crawl up to the 50-yard line. Axel Godin repositioning nicely behind him. Colombo going to launch, or Giger going to launch to get into D2. Colombo snake side. So just Giger on that D side's got to be careful not to die.
Hugo did see the body that's in the wedge Dorito wall. Send some paint that way. Fill to the outside to Dorito 2 for Dynasty.
Fozy doing some surgery right now.
Giger and Dorito 3. And Fozy in the wall with his loader in his hand. Axel and Hugo over here on the snake side.
5-on-5 here. A lot of body had dropped early for the Tauntauns, but it's 5-on-5. Fozy's been doing surgery and hiding in that mini wall.
Yeah, and it looks like Hugo is now doing surgery. He opened up his loader, and I think he smashed all the paint in his loader when he dove.
No Shroud at the brick here. Again, it is the Tauntauns have to push forward. They're the ones chasing 2 points. Dynasty has put themselves in some good positions here to try to stop this eventual attack.
Okay.
Here comes Colombo. Coming into the can. Moving up to the wedge. I think he's going to try and go deal with this wall. Maybe Hugo can watch over him here from the 50 snake, but got his loader off his gun right now. And Fozy back up and playing. In the Dorito wall looking snake side.
Tonton's now up to mini wall. Yeah, so they crawled up to the mini wall at the 50-yard line. Axel's going to go over to the brick. So they are starting to stack up in attacking positions. They have two bodies that they've actually a little tactical retreat back to the wedge. For Alfosi. Oh, and he's going to get taken out. Oh, it's Colombo, Fabrice Colombo here taking the walk here for the Tontons. Not going to help their potential come from behind opportunity here. So now it's a 5-on-4.
Who shot him?
I have no idea. I was thinking about that. I don't think he knows either, because he's getting up. He's looking across the field. Like, where did that come from?
Does Dynasty even have a body in the snake? O'Mara, is he still there? Hugo's going to come to their side.
Did Dynasty lose a body that we missed?
No, he's in the brick.
That's Yosh.
And he just shot Hugo.
So good zone control here for San Diego Dynasty. And then, oh man, this is grinding gears on an attack right now for the Tauntauns. They went one at a time, and Dynasty just locked up in their spots.
Yeah, it was just O'Mara in the snake. Looking inside, crossed up with Yosh.
So Tauntauns and Dynasty are going to just have 2 minutes in between these points here. You get a timeout as well too, but there's a lot to do in 2 minutes when you go into this situation. You got to get everyone paint, everyone air, maybe a drink of water. Got to get that next strategy going. Talk about what happened in that last point, and then get back on the box. All has to happen in two minutes.
The spick and span staff.
Tuesdays, 4 o'clock Pacific.
You got right? No, I think you do the slow running and shooting. Everyone come here.
1 minute. You need to run wide. 1 minute. Harry, I want you here.
Water, boys.
Hey, I need my gun. Come hard. 1 minute. We're on the other side. 3:52. Mikey, your gun's here. Ready.
There's plenty of time, boys.
Hey, Ryan. I think you're in the Dakota. Let's go, Dynasty.
Man, if I'm Dynasty, Todd, I'm not changing anything.
Yeah, why would you?
Working, man. We built up a pretty nice 3-point lead here as we follow Stephen O'Mara over to the blue side.
Take him to the deep
Looks like Joe Barrett's going to join him. Harrison Fry.
Congrats to Ryan Greenspan on his promotion to head coach.
Benny Carroll going to get a spin here for the Tauntauns as they haven't been able to get anything going. So see if Benny can get some offense going on that D side. Very creative player, very fluid style. It's fun to watch play. Yeah, so sure enough, just as we were saying, Benny Carroll's in the Dynasty pit, said, hey, line switch, watch the D side push.
Monday, California. What? Yellow.
On the break, Harrison Fry all the way to the snake. Hugo around the corner into the snake as well. Dynasty might be losing one. Referee calling for a check on Urena. And Urena's going to get shot, get pulled, and get a penalty.
Well, that's how comebacks sometimes start here. That's going to plot Harrison Fry.
Yeah.
So no one on the snake side at all here for Dynasty. The Tauntauns do lose a body from the D side.
Yeah, that's Adams.
Ethan Adams getting a spin. Here comes the blue beanie bandits with Axel Godin just shredding paint though, trying to pinch out these last couple bodies.
Triple B's. Here comes Colombo.
Yeah, Hugo and Axel taking all the pressure, so Colombo's going to cut through the middle. And he's going to come through, shoot one. He's going to dunk on two and going to hit the buzzer. Nice little finish and a perfect read from Fabrice Colombo. Preserve some time. Still 3:04 here on the clock, and it's going to be a 2-point spread.
Oh, man. At least we're getting some action here. Look at the two, the triple Bs. Axel says, I'm going to need a gun. Let me go back to shooting this guy, but have one ready for me. Colombo went right at O'Mara. Not even sure if he knew he was there.
Yeah, what a great read from Colombo. He saw that Axel and Hugo were taking all the pressure off of him. He knew there was only 2 bodies left alive, and he knew exactly where they were. So,
well, we've seen the Tauntauns win some quick points. You know, they got their fast snake eyes. They're good at shooting on the break. You know, they got Urena there on the break, got him a penalty, so all it takes is a couple good shots on the break and a quick attack. You make it. There's still lots of time on this clock for the Tauntauns. And they were right. There was a hard push down the Dorito side. Adams did go far, but they caught him.
yeah, it's a good read from the coach. One of the blessings of in the Pro League is that you typically have lots of eyes on everyone's games. So when you get a line switch and you see Ethan Adams, who hasn't really seen the field all that much, and he's got speed, and we know that that guy likes to play aggressive, and they're chasing 3, well, yeah. Put in Benny Carroll as well, too. They're probably going to push hard on the D side.
Yep, Carroll and Adams come back out again.
And then, I mean, what are you going to do if you're the Tauntauns? You really have no choice. So, one of those situations, hey, they know it's coming, but see if they can stop it. Penalty was an issue for Dynasty. Joshua making sure that Arturo doesn't have anything to have the refs come in and give him a check on his head.
Sir.
Tauntauns. Enough time for a comeback here. Obviously, with Hugo and Axel on the snake side, team's got some pop on the offense. Giger and actually no Adams. So they've sat Giger and Alfozi, I believe.
Yep. They just weren't getting it done over there.
Well, I was like, where's the 5th body? Oh,
Hugo.
10 seconds. Looks like Monday again.
Not the Mondays. Here we go. On the break. Adams all the way to D2. Hugo, snake 2 on the break. Adams going to try and make that extra bump, but he gets clipped.
Dynasty doubling up that back center. Produces a kill for him.
Dynasty still doubled up in the back center. Benny Carroll going to go to that tower on the D side, then crawl up to the 50 wall.
God, I think Hugo just shot the back corner. Referee's going to get him, block him out, check him out. No, he might have bounced him. Dynasty going to try to get Yoshua out of that back center, gets into D1. They do clip out Arturo Andrade from the back corner, though, so that evens up the count. Now to 2.5 minutes.
And Benny Carroll in good position, but looking in the sun. Hugo is going to come onto. Nope, he's going to get shot. Here comes Axel. ABJ going to get into the snake for Dynasty.
Yeah, that was ABJ that was able to control and get the shot in on Hugo. Now he gets into snake 2, which is a good spot to look inside, and you have eyes down on the sideline. It's tough to control the aggression from that back corner bunker, so I'd like this move for ABJ. Should slow the attack for the Tauntauns. Benny Carroll trying to figure out what he wants to do from that mini wall. He's catching pressure cross field. ABJ with the tactical retreat into snake 1.
Axel shoots out Yosh Rao across the field in the Big Dorito. Just 3 bodies for Dynasty, and they are from the back center over towards the snake side. So 2 bodies for the Tauntauns on the Dorito side. They can start rapping and playing around. Axel over here still trying to get it done for them from the snake, but the pressure needs to come from the D side, but Colombo's got his squeegee out.
Yeah, the Tauntauns are going to try to wrap around from that D4 position here with Colombo. Got to speed things up here. They're chasing 2, not 1, and we're down to 1 minute and 15 seconds left here. So Benny Carroll and Colombo, with that outside containment on the D side and no one for Dynasty in front of them, need to get it going. Dynasty does flood a body out that way, though, getting into D1. So they have snake 1, back corner bunker, snake side, and D1 here for Dynasty as we hit the minute mark.
I don't speak French, but I'm pretty sure Axel just said, go down the damn Dorito side. What are we waiting for?
So after getting his gun up and running, here comes Benny Carroll and Colombo, but they're slightly off the pace if they want to. Benny Carroll's going to launch. He gets all the way into the backfield untouched. I didn't see anything break off him until he got to D1. He was going to trade out with Barrett. Barrett surprised. Can't believe he made that run. Or no, O'Mara. So now with the death of O'Mara trading out with Benny Carroll, it's just ABJ and Mike Urena here. Axel Godin has gone all the way over to the D side. He's going to try to do it himself because Colombo's gun might not be working. Colombo's going to get shot, leaving just Axel here in a 1-on-2 with 20 seconds left to go. So even if Axel can, they don't have enough time. Even if Axel gets this one.
No, and Axel can't even shoot.
Major penalty going to be assessed with 11 seconds left.
Axel just got his loader in his hand.
So we're probably going to see another point. Got to figure out what just happened in that one, but it looks like Bree is with Marcelo Margot.
Thank you, Maddie. Yes, we saw you get that final point in the last 6 seconds of the match. What helped you get to that point?
It was really just the opportunity. I mean, we had kills and we had a body advantage, so you don't want to leave anything on the table. You know, if you have a chance to close it before overtime, you always want to, especially against a team like Uprising. They've been playing really well. So, yeah, it's just kind of going for it and realizing that if I didn't get it, we had enough bodies to, you know, not lose the point going to OT.
Absolutely. And did the team prepare in any way for the new 5-pod rule?
Yeah, of course. I mean, all the teams out here were practicing with 5 pods, you know, and I love it. It's great. You know, you get to the end part of the game quicker, and I think it's exciting, even though those were really slow games. I think the prelims on this field has been really fast, and I'm sure it'll speed up throughout the day. It was just kind of the first games in the morning today.
Perfect. Well, thank you. Can't wait to see you in the next match. Hopefully it goes a little faster, a little more interesting for us watching on the broadcast.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Back to you, Maddie.
Well, hey, you know, we definitely want to be entertained, but those guys are doing whatever they need to do to try to win that game.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, and it was a tough one. It was a hard-fought gunfight battles, and yeah, just Mr. Clutch.
Yeah,
Marcelo Margot getting it done yet again. Break open that D side. There's a frustrated Frenchman right there.
Pretty sure that means I was breaking hella pain. It's like my gun did not work at all. What do you want me to do? What do you want me to do? I can't shoot anything.
Like my gun was broken, Axel. I'm sorry, but
completely broken.
What do you want me to do? I guess I could have just ran and absorbed the pressure, but again, we're just trying to figure out. But that's what I would be saying right now.
Yeah. He's like, go down the Dorito side. He's like, with what?
You want me to take my barrel off and just start breech loading and just using it as a blow dart machine?
Yeah, I mean, he was in Dynasty Snake the point before that, you know, looking at the pit saying, I'm going to need a gun loader. You know, he was in the same situation.
Yeah, so tough break here for the Tontons, but make no mistake, they obviously made Sunday. They're a top team out here with a new line, the merger with Arsenal, and it's going to take them a little bit more time here to get it together, but top 10 showing, and you could see them in the finals yet again. But moving on to play, Red Legion in the quarters will be San Diego Dynasty, also with a lot of change in their roster, and the injury to Greenspan still getting into at least top 8. But before we get to PB Fit and Damage and Legion and Dynasty, it's going to be Major League Paintball Tampa Bay Open. We'll see you guys in just a couple minutes. Run through the bracket of death.
Of all the top teams at the first event, Tampa Bay Damage will be the odds-on favorite to win, as they swept through the World Cup last year undefeated, and they have made no changes to the roster this season. Their talent and leadership is top tier, and they are bringing 12 bodies to the event, so they will have depth. Their snake side is the best in the league with both Alex Goldman and Keith Brown, and their backline is also elite with Marcelo Margot and World Cup MVP Jason Edwards. Damage has no holes in their line across the field, and they could go on a run in 2026. Superstar squad Edmonton Impact will be a threat to win every event they play this year, as their roster is full of all-stars. But they are starting the season with injuries to Brandon Cornell, Justin Cornell, and Tyler Panilio. Good news for Impact is that even with the injuries, they still have massive depth in every position, and they should be able to quickly get into the form that saw them win the fourth event in 2025. With the deadly new pickups of LJ Parrish, Chad George, and Connor Kelly, Impact continues to have arguably the deepest roster in Major League Paintball. Seattle Uprising is a team with a long tenure at the professional level, as they have been in the league for a decade, but they've recently been on a run of improvement, earning the respect of the top teams, making Sundays, and they finally hit their first podium appearance with a third-place finish in Texas last year. Rising star Alec Holland will be missing the first event, so they will need the rest of their veteran core, comprised of Graham Arnold, Alexander Borromeo, Joel Eaton, Austin Woodward, and the aggressively creative savage known as Nate Schrader, as well as the Snake One rookie Jonah Rodriguez, to all bring their best game for them to have a chance to win in Tampa. Former world champ San Antonio X Factor entered the Major League Paintball season as a top-ranked team, well overdue for a win. Since their last victory in 2019, they have finished second 7 times. But make no mistake, it would surprise absolutely no one if they took the victory in Tampa, because the lineup is a who's who of the best players ever to come out of the great state of Texas, with Colt Roberts, Matt Jackson, Miner Ninos, Cody Bayless, and TJ Danner. Add in Billy Bernaccia, Tom Guest, and Silos Cortez, and you have an incredibly tough lineup for any team to beat. Archie Montemayor will not be at the first event, but they have more than enough firepower and experience to take the victory. The name has changed slightly, but the player and leadership core of Tonton's arsenal still makes them one of the most potent squads in Major League Paintball. The aggressive combo of Hugo Verhege and Axel Godin is one of the most consistent snake duos on any roster. Thomas Spitzma is a smart yet relentless attacker up the middle. Veteran Fabrice Colombo is a master out of the backfield. And the new addition from Arsenal, Benny Carroll, has a fluid style and creative attacks on the D side. Looks like the Tontons will be running a very small roster in Tampa, but the 5 starters will have another shot to go deep on Sunday. PB Fit heads into the 2026 season with the giant goal: win every event and defend their series title. They broke the mold in a relentless rise by building up local Texas talent and taking only those players who lived close and wanted to train multiple days every week. Their determination has built a versatile roster that excels at both offense and defense, with god-tier gunfighting ability and lethal off-the-break control. Core starter Trenton Mason will not be at the first event, but Colt Lukau is back at 100%, and if teams can't stop Scott Stewart in the Snake and John Chavez on the D side, it will reign supreme yet again. Red Legion is one of the most aggressive squads in Major League Paintball by far, and one of the longest-running teams in the game. Their hyper-aggressive game plans are hard to predict, and they found success the past few seasons, winning 3 events and a series title the past 2 years. Sergei Sonaiskov, Kirill Peridny, Pavel Karslev, Justin Rabakov, and Alexander Burtnikov will be the core starters, and they could be in any bunker at any time. And the pickup of Corey Hall will give them veteran experience and more depth in the backfield. Most likely, Red Legion will be hunting for another win on Sunday afternoon in Tampa.
I'm in my cart, he's in his cart. My instructions to him are, okay, we're just gonna go, we're gonna pick up speed, we'll get faster every lap, but follow me or try to keep up with me, thinking, oh yeah, that's gonna be a problem. A half a mile down the front straightaway, Ryan goes flying by me, gives me the #1 salute as he goes by me, and I've never been able to catch him since. Beating everybody. You either got that or you don't. It takes a certain person that will sit an inch off the ground and wants to go 100 miles an hour in a go-kart.
World Cup is a very, very, very hard event to win. Very hard event. Probably the hardest event to win.
All Damage looking to punch their ticket into the finals, Matty.
Tampa Bay Damage, just 2 more kills for them to move on to play PB Fit.
They're a homegrown team, a lot like we are, but nobody was going to beat us here. Didn't matter what they did. We were going to win World Cup no matter what.
One thing's for sure, Tampa Bay Damage every year has a team that is a threat to win paintball tournaments. Going to try to knock off our new giants in paintball, Paintball Fit.
You know what I know? I know about Damage. And that's all that matters to me. I don't give a damn about these other dudes, bro. I really, really don't.
He's an amazing teammate.
I love competing. I love the game. I'm a student, and I'm surrounded by great players.
He had his challenges too throughout the season and what he went through, and I obviously had mine. And for us to overcome all that and kind of put it in everybody's face in the league and come out on top.
It's been a long time since Damage has won a World Cup. We needed it.
Let's go, Damage! Let's go, Damage!
They're really trying to reach every player out there and not just the elite of the elite. They're trying to really show that carbon is the gear for paintball players.
We're an all-in package, so everything from head to toe that we're wearing, but we chose that. It did not get forced on us, but once you wear the product, it speaks for itself.
You can pick and choose what you want in your package. They allow you to be your team the way you want your team to be, and that's what I like about Carbon.
With Carbon, the freedom to wear things without being a factory team or a sponsored team or something like that is so alluring to us, because over at Battle Creek and at Wolfpack, we like to choose what we believe in, and Carbon checks that box.
It's not just NXL, that's the beautiful thing. Carbon is involved in so many different off leagues. It's insane. I, at EXL, have racked up probably $3,000 or $4,000 with Carbon this year alone because we've got 4 wins.
With the Carbon Cash, you can buy whatever you want through the portal. They really care about you and repping their products, and they give it back to you at the end of the day.
What I really like about Carbon is you're not just a number. You're an actual person. You're an actual team. They are truly building relationships. These guys care, and they care about the divisional player.
The Missouri All-Stars would not be the team without Carbon and without the guys at Carbon. It's the most important piece of the puzzle.
Drop that shit.
Hey, it's BRNT at CRBN, here at the DRV, an absolute hot rod force feed loader. What separates the DRV from the competition is our LCD display on the back. This has a built-in timer, ideal for classic paintball, but if you're playing any time paintball at all, the ability to know what's going on without a scoreboard is an advantage. Along with our adjustable torque settings, 1 through 5, allows you to shoot any paint in every condition. If you're shooting super brittle paint, turn it down. If you trust the paint, it's a little bit harder, you can turn it all the way up, shoot 25 balls a second, no problem. The DRV features a revolutionary automatic anti-jam, no button to push. The DRV also features an aluminum feed neck for for an absolutely positive gun mount. DRVs feature a magnetic, tool-free disassembly. You can field strip the loader in seconds. Each DRV includes a speed feed, rain lid, and charging cable for the lithium-ion battery. They also ship in a zippered case. DRV is currently available in 8 different colorways. Learn more about the DRV at crbnpaintball.com.
The all-new HK Army Eject X harness, new pod cap padding protection, Velcro rubber straps, removable padding, stealth ejector system, durable elastic pod holsters, patented X-frame technology, available in 3 variations and multiple colorways. The Eject X, available now at hkarmy.com.
Hey, it's BRNT with CRBN, and I have our new IC PWR Nano Barrel System here. This kit includes our famous ultra lightweight injected carbon fiber back with our new Nano Tip, which features over 700 microports. This microporting prevents any debris, paint, or moisture from entering the bore and also produces a unique low sound signature. These barrel kits are compatible with all PWR inserts, including our own series from 679 to 691, and are also compatible with all PWR inserts, including those made by Planet Eclipse, Dye, and Inception Designs. Check them out at crbnpaintball.com. Hey, it's BRNT at CRBN, here at the DRV, an absolute hot rod force feed loader. What separates the DRV from the competition is our LCD display on the back. This has a built-in timer, ideal for classic paintball, but if you're playing anytime paintball at all, the ability to know what's going on without a scoreboard is an advantage. Along with our adjustable torque settings, 1 through 5, allows you to shoot any paint in every condition. If you're shooting super brittle paint, turn it down. If you trust the paint, it's a little bit harder, you can turn it all the way up, shoot 25 balls a second, no problem.
Travis Mansky here. I'm here to talk to you about our mod cell. This is actually the 5-liter mod cell pouch. We have 3 different sizes, 5, 2, and a 0.5. So this is the largest one we make. What's special about this one is it has our mag mod system. So you've seen a lot of the Fidlock magnetic snaps on our bag. So whether it's the Storm Vault, the M6 waterproof backpack, the any of our carry-on or large rollers or any of that stuff, this stuff will just click right on. And then you just give it a little jiggle they're in different directions. So you gotta kind of jiggle it to get it off, but that way it doesn't come off too easy when you're moving around. Has a great external pockets you can get at your keys on a nice little key leash right there. Also great for pens and things that small items you want to get to, but keep them stowed away. This is an 840 denier nylon. It's also, if you look at it, this is all welded seam, so it's not stitched. This is a waterproof bag. Minus the actual zipper here, you could almost completely submerge it. YKK zippers. It's got grab handles on both sides. It does come with a shoulder strap if you wanted to carry it around like that. This size is perfect for,
Welcome back. We are in the quarterfinals in the professional division here at the 2026 Major League Paintball Tampa Bay Open. Matty Marshall with Todd Martinez, and it's going to be Edmonton Impact taking on Infamous here. Also in this set, X Factor and the CK Hurricanes. So I'll tell you what, Todd, Infamous played awesome, and they went undefeated until they got to Red Legion. So, but that could have been a good loss for them because now they have to have a big long meeting about all those mistakes that were made. But this new lineup for Infamous, and it has been since 2016 since they won a big tournament. But those are experienced paintball players. They've been winning 10-mans and reforming this lineup. But Edmonton Impact, man, they're playing this field so controlled here, Todd.
Yeah, I'm actually really excited to see how Infamous handles this game. They played some really good paintball, like you said, but I want to see how are they going to attack Impact. We've already seen 2 games already this morning where teams played really, really slow. Impact played fast but controlled yesterday, and Infamous did their best when they were really attacking this field hard. 5 on 5. I haven't seen any bodies walk off the field yet.
Yeah, it's going to be Chad George. This phenomenal performance in Chad George in the prelims. Going back to Impact after a 13-year hiatus versus Zach Patient in the Snake.
Zach Patient is like, oh, and it looks like Chad George is going to get shot out of Snake 3. First body to drop from Impact. That's going to allow Zach Patient here to have the Snake all to himself. But Zach Yakimek did move up into that big brick. Can't really stop Zach from coming to the 50. But Justin Cornell is alive over there in Dorito 4. He was looking this way, but Zach's going to take the opportunity to crawl into the 50 Snake. He's got Danny Schonauer with him, new pickup for Infamous.
Yeah, coming up from Dynasty last year. But yeah, Zach Patient in a really good spot right now, ripping the lane at the mini wall crossfield. 1 body advantage for Infamous.
Trevor Reeser, been playing big for Infamous. He's going to go from the Dorito 1 to the Dorito wall.
Connor Kelly actually moves up into the position where Zach was trying to shoot over that mini wall into the second Dorito. Connor Kelly is now at the mini wall looking to try to catch Patient, but Patient looking down the sideline now. Nick Laval in the Snake.
And Zach makes the call that Nick Laval has now moved into Snake 2. Jamrose and Silberg alive on the Dorito side for Infamous. Jamrose playing that corner, shooting inside. Trevor playing heads up to help Silberg. 2-man operation over here between Schonauer and Patient. Did not see this a ton yesterday where Impact was the first one playing down bodies.
Yeah, a little unfamiliar territory here for Evanston Impact. Like to go up a body and then just play really smart, put themselves at the 40s and 50s, and then find a way to break it open. JC switching over to the D side here at this event. He's up into D4. Yeah, D4. Zach Yakimek popping the top from the brick. Not feeling any pressure. Everyone's focusing on Laval in the Snake or JC out wide.
Nick Laval, Snake 2 on the inside, looking for bodies. JC coming up high in Dorito 4. Danny Schonauer in the big brick, going to take a look on the inside. Zach Patient thinking about popping the top on Zach Yakimek.
Yeah, Patient and Danny just having a little calm communication here, but in the lull of action, JC dives past, and he's going to get the crossfield shot here on Zach Patient, and that is going to even up the count here. Yeah. Danny Schonauer dives over into Snake 3, 4 on 4.
Yeah, if you're Zach Patient, you can't sit on the outside like that for so long. Oh, big move here by Silberg running on the field. He gets 1, he gets 2. Blows open the D side for Infamous.
Beautiful move by Sam Silberg. They picked him up because of his hyper aggression, and Zach Yakimek's going to try to trade out with Danny Schonauer, and he does. And as the dust settles, I believe it is going to be a 1-on-2 here in favor of Infamous with just Nick Laval left alive. Sam Silberg clocking in on that D side with the 2-pack, 3-pack run through here, and they're going to take out Nick Laval. First point is going to go to Infamous, but that one's going on the list.
What a move by Silberg to turn on the boosters and go get Cornell and Connor Kelly off that Dorito side. Blows it wide open. Good close there as well by Jamrose and Reeser. Jamrose filling all the way out here to the Snake side corner from the Dorito side corner as they pinch Nick Laval. Good first point there for Infamous. This is going to be another heck of a matchup as we have X Factor taking on Hurricanes. X Factor and Hurricanes both look sharp in the prelims. Hurricanes picking up Konstantin Fedorov here, who looks like he's coming snake side. He is. He's going to play the float, but they're going to lose Nick Ripple on the break. Fedorov gets a bounce as well. He's clean. I do like Fedorov over here on the snake side. D-side specialist, maybe he thought he could get something going over here on the snake side a little bit more. Camp is going to fill out. He's going to get bounced going out wide. Billy Bernaccia already in snake 2. Actually, Billy Bernaccia is in the 50. On the outside of the clover with Meter and Matt Jackson behind him. Matt Jackson been filling up to that big brick. We've seen that from him a lot.
Yeah, Fedorov here in the snake, typically on the D side, but came up as a reckless attacker in the snake. That's how he got paintball famous. The Hurricanes from this blue side trying to control the aggression in the snake here for X Factor, down a body. X Factor. Good looks on the snake side with Bernaccia at the brick. They have the clover as well too, and then also snake 3, so 3 body shading here this way for X Factor.
Yeah, this is the setup that X Factor has gotten. You know, to me, this is the ideal setup that you can have over here on the snake side. One guy protecting the wire, one guy in the 50 working the inside, and one guy in the brick that can also go back and forth and protect the move on the front snake player. TJ Danner in the back center. Making calls across the field. Cody Bayless in the Dorito corner for X Factor.
Yeah, Fedorov pumping paint here towards that D side, but X Factor at least initially slow rolling that D side, going heavy snake side. They still have TJ Danner in the back center, so look for him to eventually pick a side to go to. Nick Ripple talking it up here with Fedorov. 2 bodies D side way. Also a little slow to go here for the Hurricanes. Just feeling things out in point 1.
Hurricanes, Dorito corner, Dorito 1, snake corner, snake 2. Fedorov probing the middle.
Yeah, no one wanted to make any moves quite yet. Hurricanes just trying to see if they can clip one of these players in the backfield on the D side and back center. But TJ playing tight. Colt, or is that Cody, now going to make a move up into D2 from the back corner. And Cody Bayless, the burglar, going up into D3.
Billy Bernaccia just staying on that lane on the Dorito side.
TJ Danner gets out of the back center, goes towards the D side. X Factor with the early aggression, taking ground, and then slow playing the D side to get into some decent spots as Bayless is now going to get further up the field, taking a little bit more real estate into D4. He's thinking about going up into the 50, and he's going to make it clean.
Drew Bell.
Yeah, matching that with Bell.
Small Doritos. Small Doritos. Not always the best place to be. Drew Bell in there, going to try and work his way up to number 3.
Bernaccia has his gun towards that Dorito side. Matt Jackson also with a gun that way. Danner gets into the mini wall. X Factor, the more proactive team here. Hurricanes in a defensive posture. Brown over at D1, backing up Bell. Danner's thinking about getting closer to Bayless. He's just going to control that sideline here. Hopefully bait Bell into a gunfight, but Bell is just tucked into that little tiny Dorito 2 position as tight as he can. Billy Bernaccia now going to gunfight down the sideline here as those guns have shifted, but here comes Konstantin Fedorov. He's hunting forward here. The highway, the inside part of the snake. And is he going to launch? He's going to come over the top, and he bunkers out. Billy Bernaccia has to sacrifice his body to do it. The big dramatic dunk. Billy's actually wondering if he even got shot. Looks like he did. Clean run for Fedorov, though, as no penalty assessed. But it does continue to keep the Hurricanes in a low body situation as it's now a 4-on-3.
Meter going to come to the snake over here, but Hurricane's going to lose that Dorito 1 body. Just one left alive.
Well-controlled point for X Factor textbook. Take a little ground, pick a side you want to push. Then, as the guns shift to the 3 on the snake side, let's get those bodies up on the D side. Hope you get the best of those aggressive engagements, which they did once Fedorov launched. Got another kill after that, and then able to control the snake side. So 1-0 is going to be the score.
Looks like Infamous is going to run the same line again. Don't know why you wouldn't.
Yeah, there was that replay of Fedorov. Another angle of it here on the jump shot with a nice little athletic spin to not hurt himself. Bernaccia wondering if he got shot, and here was the close from Bayless and Danner on the D side.
He could have been a snake one for a while, I don't know.
Check opposite Alex.
I'm good, I'm good.
On the breakout, looks like Chad George is going to get shot going to the snake on the break, but Schonauer is going to get shot for Infamous. One body dropping off each side. Oh, looks like another body's coming off for Infamous from the Dorito side. Zach Patient going to get shot out of the snake corner.
Yeah, third body drops. Just 2 alive right now. It's going to be really tough to preserve their lead as Impact sees the bodies coming off, and Zach Yakmek into the 50-yard line here, snake side.
Trevor Reeser tries to make a move into the snake, and he gets caught. Looks like it's going to be a quick one for Impact here.
Yeah, just Jonah Jamrose over there left alive for Infamous, as Impact will be tying this up here 1-1.
Quick turnaround for Hurricanes. Next Factor over here. Silos, Colt Roberts.
Yeah, Connor, come fun.
Just over the top. Are you sure it might was that?
Tom Guest, Matt Jackson.
Got Coach Chaff for Impact trying to pull up this next play.
Okay. We yell Mexico.
Now in the pits with Infamous. Travis Szymanski guiding his boys.
You're not on job, though. Callie's in the money cross. Yes. Take up extra light. Get off the back.
Point number 2 here, X Factor on the blue side. Now these teams switch sides. When points are won, they'll stay on the same side. If it's a no point, better off back into the snake.
Yeah, Nick Ripple getting shot on the outside of the snake corner. Just gun battling. He's going to walk off the field. Early advantage here for X Factor, and Billy Bernacci gets back into the 50 snake. Losing that first body over here on the snake side definitely hurts, but Hurricanes trying to get up the field here a little bit more, getting 2 bodies into the middle right away.
Oh, but the Billy Bernacci going to get clipped cross field. I had no idea they had that much progression on the D side.
But Hurricane's going to lose the Dorito 4 as Bell comes walking off. Brown's in the middle. Looking D-way. Got Fedorov and Camp over here. But it is a 3-on-4. The attack probably going to have to come from Fedorov on the snake side, as he's sitting right now in snake 3, looking across the field.
X Factor move up into D3. Colt Roberts backing up. I believe this is Silos this time. It's blocked out. I can't see it right now. Yeah, Silos. Hurricanes are in more forward positions, but down a body in this 4-on-3. They got Camp and Fedorov right next to each other, and then Brown in the middle, but no one on that D side. So as soon as X Factor figures that out and finds a way to get past Brown's gun and Fedorov's gun, should be able to get that real estate, get wrapped around, try to close this one out.
Yeah, and if you're the Hurricanes, how long are you going to sit here and wait for X Factor to maybe make a mistake, you know? Brown is tucked in super tight, hoping to catch Silos on the Dorito side. Colt Roberts calling for a kill, but he gets shot. So that's definitely going to help the Hurricanes case right there.
Huge kill from Fedorov crossfield on Colt Roberts. But Silos still alive. Try to make it happen for X Factor on that D side. Tom Guest and Matt Jackson, Snake side.
Let's see if Silos tries to jump the gap with Brown sitting on that lane. Wonder if they know where he is. Here comes Matt Jackson on the inside.
Yeah, Jackson popping into the inside here. They call that the highway, and he's going to crawl up, get to the 50.
See if he's got a shot in on Brown's back. I think that's what he's looking for.
Jackson going to find the kill here on Brown. Try to shoot Camp. Awesome job by Jackson, but he had to trade his body to do it. Better off. Yeah, so I think it was Camp that shot Jackson when he popped the top.
Yes.
Camp been waiting for that shot forever. Finally connected with it.
I think he saw Brown die, get up and walk off.
Well, it's a 2-on-2, but this favors X Factor because the position that Silos has. He has that D side completely to himself. Fedorov knows that. He's going to go back to Snake 1 to try to put a stream cross field. He's going to get to the back corner now. The little retreat. Silos still at D4, though.
I don't know if Camp knows the count.
I don't think Silos knows where these last two bodies are. He just needs to get past. Well, now that Fedorov has pushed, it's a smart moves by Fedorov. Fedorov knows that that side is completely blown open. He needs to get over there. And he's going to go all the way into the back corner. And then Camp is now going to move up.
Yeah, Camp, he might be able to get a shot in on Silos over here.
Connected, Daniel Camp with a huge kill. Might be a little two-pack for Camp. But Daniel Camp steps up for the Hurricanes to tie this one up with 5:45 to go.
Daniel Camp with two big kills over here. Good job by Fedorov to create that opportunity by moving all the way over to the corner. Silos got caught over the top by a great shot by Camp here from their Snake. Forced Tom Guest's hand to try and come and get him, and Daniel Camp wins another snap fight here for the Hurricanes to get them back in that game.
Yeah, Daniel Camp, past couple seasons emerging as one of the all-stars on the Hurricanes, has stayed with this crew under new ownership with John Brinkman, who's doing awesome things here. Let's get a look here on the replay as Jackson was able to read the situation. He gets in, gets that kill on Brown, but then pops the top to try to get Camp immediately, but Camp, who had been posted up on that side. So then Camp's going to get that kill. Then he gets the kill crossfield on Silos. That's a three-pack of kills here for Daniel Camp. Jumping back into this tie ball game, 1-1 with 9:55 to go.
Referee checking Connor and Cornell on the break. Both are clean. But two bodies gonna walk off the field here for Infamous out of the back center.
Owen getting a spin here, Snake side for Infamous. He's in Snake 2. Gonna get mirrored up here. Everton Impact also in Snake 2 as well.
Bowen coming up into Snake 3. Impact. We saw them during the prelims just drag these points out. They're not going to give you anything. Unfortunately for Infamous, they actually bounced two guys on the break, but that penalty going to be super costly for Infamous if a lot of time gets run off this clock and they go down one.
Owen right by Callie. Here's Snake side. Looking at the D side action right now, though, is Impact. JC is going to go to the, no, it's Connor Kelly. Connor Kelly flooding up the field. He's going to get to the wedge, looking Snake side. Big bite from Sam Silver, goes all the way to D3 untouched and makes it clean.
And that's what they need. They need to keep attacking, even though they're down bodies.
LJ Parrish getting a spin in here for impact. He's going to scurry into Snake 3. And then here comes Silberg. They let Silberg into the 50-yard line, though, for Infamous. No one put any pressure on Silberg. He's popping the top of the clover, but it looks like Callie Rudolph's going to get shot out, so Sam Silberg is going to have another one here.
He gets shot up over the top, shooting out Connor Kelly. So another point for Impact. 2-1. Close points we have here. All day so far, Manny.
Yeah, it's been some good battles. In the wild card round, it was Damage in a 2-1 victory over Uprising. Moving on to play PB Fit in our next set, and then Dynasty had a close one against the Tontons. They're going to be playing Legion. Dynasty knocked out the Tontons, and another close 2 battles here at the quarterfinals.
Yeah.
Where do you want that last one?
That's what you like to see.
You need anything else? No, sir.
Just need loader paint.
Hey, you guys, shot the back center is loaded. They got a penalty off the break. Good job.
Let's see if, yeah, Hurricanes able to get 5 bodies alive for the first time this match.
Yeah, Fedorov out and around, goes around Nick Ripple, makes it into Snake 2. Daniel Camp is thinking about moving up as X Factor. So yeah, Camp is going to move up, so, and then Drew Bell's going to be moving up, so a couple more moves out here for the Hurricanes then for X Factor. X Factor been fighting from essentially the back line. But then they launched on a couple secondaries of their own, getting into Snake 2 with Meter, and then, oh, they're going to be getting the shot in on Cody Bayless, though. Concession here.
Yeah, they lost 2 bodies quick.
Well, we've seen this from Coach Ryan Brand before, and it's worked out for him. I mean, if there's no way they would have had the time to have those come from behind victories that they had, or a come from behind victory in the prelims, if he wasn't quick on that concession.
Yeah, and after what he pulled off there in the prelims too, he knows that he's got a handful of quick points in his bag that work really well. So, gonna be interesting to see how this game goes. Infamous got that quick penalty on the last point. Let's see who's gonna win this break. Zach Patient to the Snake on the break. Infamous to Dorito, 4 off the break, and they shoot 1. It's Zach Yakimek walking off.
5-on-4 advantage to Infamous as they're flooding up the field, middle and in the Snake, and on the D side, so full court press early here. JC pretty quick to get into D3, and Parrish getting another spin. He's at the back corner bunker.
Oh, and there goes Jamrose walking off the field for Infamous.
Yeah, it evens up the body count with still a lot of time left, 7:30 on the clock. Yeah, so better field position, Snake side and middle for Infamous, but better position on the D side for Impact. Connor Kelly is thinking about making his move. Top right-hand portion of the screen, getting out of D1. He's postured up like he wants to move to that side. But he's head checking, he's thinking about it. Gonna stay at that spot though, just gonna fight downfield for a little bit.
Zach Patient here in the 50 Snake. Checking the wire, trying to make a decision. He's going to come to the outside of the clover. Nick Laval's going to fill over. Come into Snake 2. Check off the inside. Schonauer overwatch on Zach Patient. Justin Cornell into Dorito 4.
Patient is just sitting on this shot. He's waiting for Nick Laval to try to gunfight him down the sideline right now. He's held this position for a while. As soon as he got in, just gunned up right down the sideline at the clover. So that we're our new name for the 50-yard lines on both sides, a new bunker. Let us know in the chat if you like it. We are still taking suggestions as, good zone control here for Infamous as they shoot out Justin Cornell trying to take some ground D side. So he's going to take the walk. Now a one-body advantage here for Infamous.
What a huge kill for Silberg right there, sitting on the zone.
Oh, but Todd, Danny Schonauer, he gets cyclopsed from the brick. Evened up again here, this back and forth battle.
Yep, it's the Dorito corner, the Snake 2, and the Snake corner for Impact. Zach Patient here with Silberg and I believe Reeser over there now in the Dorito 3. But Zach Patient takes one in the goggles, heads up, and gives up the Snake side. Nick Laval being patient.
Nick Laval just said, hey, make them concede it. Just tells you the type of mentality, hey, we can take some risks, but let's just be really careful and see if they're going to concede the point, because they have the lead. 5 minutes left. So now Infamous needs to concede the point. They only have one. It's a 1-on-3. Looking pretty good here for Impact. Only a 2-point lead, but not a ton of time left here. Close. The points are close.
Yeah.
Points are close. No one's smashing anybody yet today here. We still have PB Fit and Damage to watch in Legion against Dynasty, but I think those are going to be very close matches, and it's kind of tough to call a favorite, to be honest. I mean, just based on what we've seen here at this event, PB Fit would be the favorite over Damage, but it's always tough to play that really good team, our defending world champions. If you're a PB Fit, you're playing Damage just warmed up in a tight game against Uprising.
Styles make fights, Matty. You always say it. I can't wait to see what that game's going to look like.
1-point lead here for the Hurricanes. They are on the red side.
And Nick Ripple just struggling to stay alive here as they get him off the field once again. And Billy Bernaccia getting into the 50 Snake. Fedorov in the corner, Camp up in the brick. X Factor with all 5 bodies alive.
X Factor flooding up the field here. Trying to tie this one up, make the most of this high body situation. Oh, they're going to be losing Jackson, though.
Yeah, it looked like they wanted to play fast. Matt Jackson looking to cut through that middle and gets caught. Billy Bernaccia trying to deal with Camp right now in the brick. Camp, very tall player, able to pop over that brick very easily to reposition.
Well, X Factor is going to need to get things going on the D side because they have 2 bodies attacking the Snake side with the gun shifted towards Bernaccia and Meter Ninos. Back corner bunker on the Snake side, though, is shooting towards the D side. Hurricanes doing their due diligence to not just stay dedicated on the Snake. Brick is. Back corner bunker on the D side, gunfighting down that sideline.
Billy Bernaccia almost got caught by Fedorov down the wire. Meter Ninos feeling the bounce shot from the Dorito corner off the big brick into the Snake 3. 4-on-4. 3:25 on the clock. Hurricanes with a 1-point lead.
Getting down to be the deciding point, because if the Hurricanes can find a way to stop this X Factor attack and burn another 2 minutes off, going to make this one a much higher percentage chance that they're going to be moving on.
They're most likely going to have to spend a body to come dig Camp out of this spot. Fedorov, he's coming into Snake 1 right now.
Now into Snake 2. Camp just totally posted up down the sideline. But they get the crossfield kill on Bell. It's an awesome crossfield shot. It's going to give X Factor an extra body to work with. 4-on-3 now. Great comms from X Factor, talking it up back and forth, trying to figure out, hey, where can we attack? It's got to be the D side right now. They're going to have to, like you said, they're going to have to spend a body to get Camp.
Fedorov watching that D side. Camp over here posted up on the Snake side. Camp going to take a look Dorito way.
They get the other kill. X Factor going to make this one interesting here. Still got 2 bodies on the D side. There's no one over there. Here comes Fedorov, though. No one's put a gun on Fedorov. Fedorov's going to get 1. Fedorov's going to get 2. He's going to get checked, though, and stays alive, and then gets the kill here on TJ Danner. That leaves just Bayless and Konstantin Fedorov. very good chance that Konstantin Fedorov grabbed a coffin nail, put it over X Factor's coffin, and slammed it home with that beautiful little 3-pack run through. What a big moment here from Konstantin Fedorov.
Never sleep on my boy right there. Big move, just running and shooting down that snake side. And then Daniel Kemp once again winning that last gunfight over on that Dorito side, Matty. Insane move. That's the most hardest thing to learn in paintball is timing. Knowing your situation, knowing when it's time to go, clock goes off in your head, launch.
And you got to be brave out there. You got to be willing to make those moves. As we always used to say, big players have big games, and what up, just you can see here on the replay, perfectly timed, and that is just a big mistake here from X Factor. You know it's Fedorov in front of you. You have to keep pressure on him, but no guns looking towards this snake side, and it cost them 3 bodies and potentially the tournament. Impact up by 2 here against Infamous with 4:50 left to go.
Infamous with the big push over here, going quickly to Dorito 4, the big brick and the 50 snake. They need 2, lots of time on the clock.
Impact dropping a body with JC, taking the walk from the D side.
Bowen gonna pop the top. Try and wrap on that Dorito, then he gets LJ Parrish in the loader, heads up. That might have been Schonauer.
Infamous absolutely playing perfectly on the pace right now to try it to get 2 points, and then Bowen's going to launch. Does he trade out with the brick? He does. So Zach Yakmak coming off, but also put a ball on Bowen. Here comes Danny Schonauer. He's going to be the only body now on the snake side. Goes back to go out and up, and then scurries and crawls. He's going to go actually past the 50.
Yeah, smart to go low over there. I think he got caught once yesterday being too high on that move. Doesn't make the same mistake again.
Laval gets outside wide, though, snake side for Impact.
But Schonauer, he might have got shot by his own guy because Laval was on the move and Connor Kelly wasn't shooting at him.
No one on the snake side here currently for Infamous. They're going to pinch out Nick Laval, though. But then they're going to go, wow, this is just going back and forth.
Amrose walks off the field. Connor Kelly live. And I think it might just be it. No, we got a Dorito corner and the big wedge, but they have no idea what the count is. They're still posted up on the snake side. Trevor thinks there's a body over here. I think that's Nate.
Got a little bit of time to work with.
That Nate or
they got to figure this out here pretty quick, Todd.
Yeah.
As we're under 3 minutes.
Yeah, it's Trevor and Silberg. And just Connor Kelly in the Dorito 1.
Infamous is starting to figure it out. And I think it's just the Chicago. I think it's 2-on-1. Connor Kelly gets out to the back corner bunker, though, as Trevor Reeser's going to load up a pod. Is this Nathan?
Silberg.
Yeah, Sam Silberg going to get out, and he is going to get trades out with Connor Kelly, which is fine. So then Silberg pops the top, and he realizes the situation, so he's going to run in, leave some time on this clock. They need another one. Yeah, back and forth point, though. Just trading bodies.
Three to 2 now with 2 minutes on the clock. See what Infamous has that next point, but 2 minutes on this game. 3-1 Hurricanes. Let's see if we see another one of those. I'm sure we're going to see one of those full court presses by X Factor. They got Silos, Colt Roberts, TJ, Billy, and Matt Jackson. Don't be surprised if we see Colt Roberts make a move up the middle here. Looking like he's about to get on his horse.
Well, we saw tons of quick points from X Factor and a comeback yesterday here when they were down a bunch. And they are going to get a quick kill here. And Vernaccia is going to dive into the snake. Playing on their heels here. Hurricanes are going to get the kill on Vernaccia. Down to 1:40. 4-on-4.
Yeah, good shot there by Fedorov to get Bernaccia out because Nick Ripple was real big in that snake temple. Billy almost caught him in the pack. But here comes the fill up into the snake by Matt Jackson. He's going to come into snake 2. He's got TJ Danner behind him.
Oh, but Fedorov, again, Todd. Fedorov gets in and stitches up Jackson. Fedorov unstoppable these past couple points here and for most of his career. His new squad this year, played with the Tontons last year. Heat before that, came up with the Red Legion boys, and he's on one. If Hurricanes go deep and win this tournament, maybe Fedorov getting another MVP. Got a lot of paintball to go before that. Hurricanes, again, it's a 2-point lead for them, so everything's going their way right now. Fedorov does overextend slightly, gets his loader scalped. Nick Ripple still alive as a safety valve here in the back corner bunker on the snake side.
X Factor, Silos crossing into their Dorito 4. Bell's alive with Camp and Nick Ripple over here in the snake corner. So 3 bodies on 3 bodies. TJ Danner comes into snake 2. Colt Roberts going to make a move on the inside. He's looking to come get Bell. He's going to get Bell. He's going to get Camp.
Big move by Colt Roberts. Oh, it's going to be a major penalty, though, on Colt Roberts. It looked clean, at least the initial burst of it, but the refs got the look at Colt, threw the red flag up, and unfortunately for San Antonio X Factor, that's probably the end of their tournament.
Oh, wow. Man, that would have made it interesting right there if Colt got through there clean.
We've seen Colt throughout his entire career have massive big moves like that, and fortunately for Colt Roberts and the boys on X Factor, that one not working out. Let's get a look here in the replay. So here comes Colt. This might be the angle where we can see the hit. It's going to get reviewed. Don't see anything. Don't see anything quite yet. I mean, from this angle, I don't see anything. He does get shot by his own guy there in the back of his right arm, by his shoulder. So that's going to get reviewed. Tough to tell on the initial look here. Also, please head on over to Major League Paintball Plus to watch the conclusion of the best teams in the world throw down here in Tampa. And 1-point game, Infamous attempting this comeback, but very quickly Parrish at the 50-yard line for Edmonton Impact. So an offensive look in a defensive moment. Love to see that. Zach Yakmek going to get out wide here. Back corner bunker on the D side. Ball's also going to go snake way here, Todd.
Yep. Nick Laval doing a really good job of being patient, picking his spots. Keeping an eye on the field here. This match, 5 on 4. Zach Yakimek going to come up, take over the wire behind LJ. LJ almost caught Bowen crawling into snake 2. LJ now going to go to work on the inside. 1-point lead, 1 minute approaching. LJ takes a look at the clock. Here comes Nick Laval. Going to be a tough spot. There goes Bowen.
Running out of options here for Infamous. Reeser launches, takes out Parrish. But Zach right there to handle it. Same with Nick Laval, who's now looking to stop any attack on the D side from the brick.
Jonah comes walking off as well. Might just be 1 body left alive.
It's a close match, but I think Infamous is running out of options here, Todd. Running out of time, running out of bodies. Zach scanning the field from the clover here, snake side. See where this last body is. It's Sam Silberg, and he is finally going to get pinched out, and that's officially going to do it. So Impact moving on. They don't need to score this point. Maybe they will, just to make it look a little better on the scoreboard. Looks like they're going to put that 4th point up. Infamous should hang their heads too low. Impact won an event last year, and they've had a really good run pretty much the entire time. And Infamous has struggled the past couple seasons. So top 8, first event, not bad here for Infamous.
And
let's get a quick look here at the defining major. It's Colt Roberts. Oh, this is a team kill. That's even more frustrating if you're X Factor. Colt Roberts shot right here by his own team and then shoots the last player. And if you If you take a hit and you shoot somebody, that's how you get major penalties. A tough thing for Colt. I mean, for Colt in that situation, he could have raised his gun up and not bunkered that guy, but he doesn't know if that one bounced. He might not even felt it. That guy's like, oh, everyone always feels it. I mean, you got the adrenaline going.
Well, that angle also, it could have come from Ripple maybe too.
Yeah, maybe.
You know. Here comes the crazy attack from X Factor with 18 seconds on the clock. Tom Gass come through the middle of the field.
Well, Bayless, the burglar, going to steal another one here. It's just not going to matter.
You got to take the buzzer home with him.
Gonna play this 9 seconds?
Yeah,
a little fun one?
Yeah, why not?
I mean, after what we saw, what game was that? Oh, looks like they're just going to burn it.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of pointless.
Yeah. So Hurricanes moving on. Impact moving on. Hurricanes will play the winner of Red Legion and Dynasty, and then Impact is going to play the winner of PB Fit and Damage. Those quarterfinal matchups are going to be going down here on center court at Raymond James Stadium. So stick with us, and please head on over to Major League Paintball Plus. That's MLPBPLUS.com. MLPB Plus to watch the rest of these battles. Really looking forward to see what's going to happen here. PB Fit and Damage and Legion and Dynasty. But let's check in with Bree.
Thanks, Maddie. I'm here with Fedorov. You played phenomenally today. What do you think's prepared you coming onto this new line?
Well, I mean, we have a lot of work to do, but I'm really like the organization. I just want to grow them, and I want to put them in the next level. And I think they really deserve to be on the topper spot. So I don't know. The paintball drives me. That's why I kind of have a different opportunity to go in with the CK Killer group and Hurricanes. This is it.
Thank you. I can't wait to see more from you today. You're doing great so far. And thank you.
Thank you very much.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
All right, back to you guys.
Let's get a look here at the battles that remain. Sunday, most important day in our beloved sport. So we see 10 o'clock here. Eastern time is going to be PB Fit taking on Tampa Bay. Damage. And then Legion and Dynasty. Then the Femme Fatales and the New Jersey High Rollers going to be throwing down in the WNXL semifinals. All going to be going down here in just a couple minutes. So we'll be right back. I'm Matty Marshall with Tom Martinez. Run through the bracket of death.
Of all the top teams at the first event, Tampa Bay Damage will be the odds-on favorite to win, as they swept through the World Cup last year undefeated, and they have made no changes to the roster this season. Their talent and leadership is top tier, and they are bringing 12 bodies to the event, so they will have depth. Their snake side is the best in the league with both Alex Goldman and Keith Brown, and their backline is also elite with Marcella Margot and World Cup MVP Jason Edwards. Damage has no holes in their line across the field, and they could go on a run in 2026. Superstar squad Edmonton Impact will be a threat to win every event they play this year, as their roster is full of all-stars. But they are starting the season with injuries to Brandon Cornell, Justin Cornell, and Tyler Panelio. Good news for Impact is that even with the injuries, they still have massive depth in every position, and they should be able to quickly get into the form that saw them win the fourth event in 2025. With the deadly new pickups of LJ Parrish, Chad George, and Connor Kelly, Impact continues to have arguably the deepest roster in Major League Paintball. Seattle Uprising is a team with a long tenure at the professional level, as they have been in the league for a decade. But they've recently been on a run of improvement, earning the respect of the top teams, making Sundays, and they finally hit their first podium appearance with a third-place finish in Texas last year. Rising star Alec Holland will be missing the first event, so they will need the rest of their veteran core, comprised of Graham Arnold, Alexander Borromeo, Joel Eaton, Austin Woodward, and the aggressively creative savage known as Nate Schrader, as well as the Snake One rookie Jonah Rodriguez, to all bring their best game for them to have a chance to win in Tampa. Former world champ San Antonio X Factor entered the Major League Paintball season as a top-ranked team, well overdue for a win. Since their last victory in 2019, they have finished second 7 times. But make no mistake, it would surprise absolutely no one if they took the victory in Tampa, because the lineup is a who's who of the best players ever to come out of the great state of Texas, with Colt Roberts, Matt Jackson, Miner Ninos, Cody Bayless, and TJ Danner. Add in Billy Bernaccia, Tom Guest, and Silos Cortez, and you have an incredibly tough lineup for any team to beat. Archie Montemayor will not be at the first event, but they have more than enough firepower and experience to take the victory. The name has changed slightly, but the player and leadership core of Tonton's arsenal still makes them one of the most potent squads in Major League Paintball. The aggressive combo of Hugo Verhege and Axel Godin is one of the most consistent snake duos on any roster. Thomas Spitzma is a smart yet relentless attacker up the middle. Veteran Fabrice Colombo is a master out of the backfield. And the new addition from Arsenal, Benny Carroll, has a fluid style and creative attacks on the D side. Looks like the Tauntauns will be running a very small roster in Tampa, but the 5 starters will have another shot to go deep on Sunday. PB Fit heads into the 2026 season with the giant goal: win every event and defend their series title. They broke the mold in a relentless rise by building up local Texas talent and taking only those players who lived close and wanted to train multiple days every week. Their determination has built a versatile roster that excels at both offense and defense, with god-tier gunfighting ability and lethal off-the-break control. Core starter Trenton Mason will not be at the first event, but Colt Lukau is back at 100%. And if teams can't stop Scott Stewart in the Snake and John Chavez on the D side, it will reign supreme yet again. Red Legion is one of the most aggressive squads in Major League Paintball by far, and one of the longest-running teams in the game. Their hyper-aggressive game plans are hard to predict, and they found success the past few seasons, winning 3 events and a series title the past 2 years. Sergei Sonaiskov, Kirill Peridny, Pavel Karslev, Justin Rabakov, and Alexander Burtnikov will be the core starters, and they could be in any bunker at any time. And the pickup of Corey Hall will give them veteran experience and more depth in the backfield. Most likely, Red Legion will be hunting for another win on Sunday afternoon in Tampa.
I'm in my cart, he's in his cart. My instructions to him are, okay, we're just gonna go, we're gonna pick up speed, we'll get faster every lap, but follow me or try to keep up with me, thinking, oh yeah, that's gonna be a problem. A half a mile down the front straightaway, Ryan goes flying by me, gives me the #1 salute as he goes by me, and I've never been able to catch him since. Beating everybody. You either got that or you don't. It takes a certain person that will sit an inch off the ground and wants to go 100 miles an hour in a go-kart.
World Cup is a very, very, very hard event to win. Very hard event. Probably the hardest event to win.
All Damage looking to punch their ticket into the finals, Matty.
Tampa Bay Damage, just 2 more kills for them to move on to play PB Fit.
They're a homegrown team, a lot like we are, but nobody was going to beat us here. Didn't matter what they did. We were going to win World Cup no matter what.
One thing's for sure, Tampa Bay Damage every year has a team that is a threat to win paintball tournaments. Going to try to knock off our new giants in paintball, Paintball Fit.
You know what I know? I know about damage. And that's all that matters to me. I don't give a damn about these other dudes, bro. I really don't.
He's an amazing teammate.
I love competing. I love the game. I'm a student, and I'm surrounded by great players.
He had his challenges too throughout the season and what he went through, and I obviously had mine. And for us to overcome all that and kind of put it in everybody's face in the league and come out on top.
It's been a long time since Damage has won a World Cup. We needed it.